food bank is consistent, innovative, collaborative, resilient, and caring.
The food bank is essential, dependable, accessible, empowering, and most of all, creative.
The food bank is team-focused, committed, a lifeline, and an extraordinary partner.
2022 marks the Regional Food Bank's 40th anniversary of alleviating hunger in our communities. We've been operating our standard programs that help children, families, and seniors, and we've offered food, supplies, and hope during disasters, pandemics, and economic crises. Things look quite a bit different than they did in 1982, but our mission to alleviate hunger and prevent food waste remains the same.
The Regional Food Bank was created by a group of food pantry coordinators and anti-hunger advocates in June 1982, and it distributed just 400,000 pounds of food in its first full year. For 7 years, it operated out of a commercial storage warehouse. The food bank moved a few more times as distribution steadily grew, before finding its new home in a modern 42,000 square foot warehouse in 1993. The warehouse was expanded in 2017 to 70,000 square feet. The food bank still operates there to this day. In 1990, the Regional Food Bank opened a branch in Orange County called Food Bank of the Hudson Valley to improve services to agencies in that region. Today, the Regional Food Bank and Food Bank of the Hudson Valley provide more than 42 million meals throughout 23 counties of New York State.
Throughout the past several years, we've made great strides in shifting our focus from simply feeding people to providing nutritious meals. More than 80% of the food we distribute is now comprised of healthy staples like fruits and vegetables, lean meats, and other protein, whole grains, and dairy. Moving forward, we're expanding our offerings to include culturally responsive food, ensuring our neighbors in need have access to familiar, culturally appropriate food options. Our branch location, the Food Bank of the Hudson Valley, will begin construction on a new facility that will enable us to provide a greater variety of food, easier access for our donors, volunteers, and partner agencies, and improve our service to our partners in the lower portion of our service area. We recently conducted a gap analysis of our entire service area that mapped food insecurity rates, the locations of our partner agencies, and the amount of food distributed in each community. This analysis helped us identify communities with unmet needs and provides us with a roadmap to guide future program development. We are so honored to be able to provide one of life's basic necessities to our neighbors in need. It is truly because of all of you, our partners in alleviating hunger, and the work of our dedicated staff and volunteers that we're able to do the work we do.
I've been working with the food bank since I became executive director at City Mission of Schenectady, which was 1996. So that means almost 26 years of partnership. And I knew when I was starting that job that on the short list of necessary partnerships, the food bank was very high on that list. I think one of the great attributes of the food bank is the way they've evolved their services to meet changing needs. A couple come quickly to mind. First of all, increasing the nutritional aspect of the food we receive. We're all becoming more health conscious, and even as we're serving under-resourced people, we have to raise the nutritional level of that food. The food bank has been out front leading us as agencies so we can do a better job of that. Another great example is the weekend backpack program. The food bank, again, was out front, understanding that a lot of children in our community weren't eating on the weekends. And at City Mission, we're very honored to be partners with the food bank, serving over 900 children each week in Schenectady County. The food bank helps make our work of feeding people possible. We're serving about 600 meals a day, and if we had to rely on traditional sources to provide those meals, we couldn't do it. We couldn't afford it. We'd have to say yes to some people and no to others. But because we're partners with the food bank is out front, sourcing different foods, creating great buying opportunities, making it affordable. We don't have to make that choice. We are able to provide good meals to everyone who comes, largely because we're partners with the food bank.
The Regional Food Bank and the Food Bank of the Hudson Valley were instrumental in establishing our Client Choice Food Pantry at 6 Adams Street in Kingston. The addition to the Client Choice Pantry was a revolutionary concept that allows the clients the ability to pick and choose what nutritional items they need and want. The respect and dignity that this small act provides speaks to the commitment of the Food Bank of the Hudson Valley and Catholic Charities. In addition to providing food in a respectful manner, this partnership allows our visitors to the pantry to feel empowered and heard. We are so grateful to honor the Food Bank and continue to partner in these communities where we love to serve.
My first introduction to the Regional Food Bank was in 1985, when I worked for Catholic Charities in a domestic violence shelter, and we had to go to Central Warehouse to pick up our orders. I've watched the growth of the food bank from building to building, and the array and selection of food has dramatically improved. The expansion of the mission to meet the growing needs of partners in food pantries, soup kitchens, schools, and shelters is truly inspiring. During the pandemic, Catholic Charities had the privilege of leading a huge number of drive-through pantries, more than 200. In addition to the drive-throughs, we also have 10 food pantries, 2 soup kitchens, a score of shelters that access food from the food bank. We frankly could not feed all the people who come to us without the extraordinary partnership of the Regional Food Bank.
Together, we will continue our work alleviating hunger, filling gaps in service, and empowering communities, with hope that we won't have to be doing this work for another 40 years. We can't do it without you.